Hi, this is the video for parents, caregivers, or speech practice partners. I'm going to show you a few of my favorite apps that I use. These are on the iPad. I will try to include some links or some names down below so you can find them. The first one I'm going to show you is Articulation Station. These are specific apps for speech therapy. I'm going to have another video for some language ones. And the first one I'm going to show you is called Articulation Station. That's right there in the corner, typically free, and then you could buy the different card packs for different prices. It can be used in coordination with the other video I did for ways to practice speech. If you come under words, there's flashcards you can use, and you can also even pick to make matching games. You can pick where you would like the sound to be practiced, beginning, middle, or end. You'd have to talk to your speech teacher to find out which one you were doing. It also has phrases, sentences, and stories. So a couple different levels to have some fun with. Phrases, for example, gives you the option of playing some games. There's that choice of initial, medial, or final. We'll look at the middle ones for the fun of it today. We'll slide in there. And you have to spin the buttons, and this makes some neat little phrases that you can say to practice with your students or with your kids at home. Alright, that one would be the Articulation Station. Another one that I like to use with my students, they're by NAED. I use these with my kids who are having a harder time getting some of their speech sounds. They may have apraxia, they might just be getting started. I'll show you the first one here, which just looks at syllables. You get to pick the sound that you're practicing. Once again, you'll want to talk to the speech therapist. For my example here, I picked B, P, and M. There's all different levels with this. The first one just starts at the single word level. So you'd model, your student would repeat, or your child would repeat.
My.
And then you keep going through these to practice. That other levels here have different levels where you combine things together. So it might be repetitions, it might be my, it might be my, mo, moo. Different things to just build up your articulation over time. Practice helps. Another one that I like is PCS Bingo. This one here, it comes as a free app, and then you get to pick the different games that you want. The games are around 99 cents each. You can pick whatever letter sounds you want.
K.
And this builds into a bingo game. Now this one does not let you pick beginning, medial, or final. So they're all mixed up. This is more for a kid who's been practicing for a little while. You take the star and you put it on top, and the person who gets bingo gets a cute video. Another fun one that's not too expensive to get. A new one that I like is my Story SLP. I recommend this one as well. With this one, you get to make your own book. So I'm already in a book, so I can show you some of the things we have. You have choices of picture categories, and then you also have picture options of sounds. So when you go into it and you can pick a speech sound that you may be practicing, then you can pick a location in the word, and then you can use all of these pictures to put them into a story. You can also record your voice telling the story and the kid's voice telling their parts to the story, and you can share that story with others, so it's a nice one. I've done this with a lot of my students, and I might have some stories that you've seen on here. And the last one I'm recommending for articulation, there's a gazillion of them, I'm only recommending 5, would be Pocket Pairs. There's 2 different versions of this. There's one that's more for at home and one that's for speech therapists. But as you get into this one, it looks at those minimal pairs we've discussed before, and you get to pick based on the problem that you're having here. I would see your speech therapist to figure out which one you're looking for. Common one we use is B and P for F and B. That's what kids say. So we would pick that one we would pick stopping of fricatives, F and V. Sounds fancier than it is. And when you're playing this one, what you'll find
Pig.
is 2 words that vary by
Fig.
one sound. Pig and fig. So the P versus the F. This one's an auditory one, so your kid gets to listen, and then they get to pick the one that's the fig that starts with the sound they're practicing. And then there's other ones that are expressive. So when you tap them to flip them over,
Fin.
your kid would get
Pin.
to say them, and then you would mark whether they said it right or wrong. This is another auditory one, but there's expressive in there too. So those would be 5 apps I would recommend for speech practice at home, and they're on the iPad, and like I said, I'll try to put those links or at least the names of the apps down in the description. Have a good one. Bye.